How many of you have a family member who has a cardiac condition? How many of you have ever had a person who is close to you or you even slightly knew that has experienced cardiac arrest? Can you remember what the outcome was? Before I share the information I'm going to share with you today, I want to give credit to the places that I have learned this information. AHA, which stands for American Heart Association, is a huge resource that you can Google and find and is available to everyone. However, I have learned a lot of this information from my paramedic teacher as well as my EMT teacher and having access to scenarios in my medical field. Today, I am here to tell you why you as a civilian could greatly impact the difference of someone's life by just knowing the basic steps of CPR. And I just want to state that the AHA says that most out of hospital cardiac arrest happen in someone's home, in a public space, or in a nursing home. And if you can start chest compressions and breathing as soon as that arrest happens, you can increase the chance of survival 2 to 3 times. I'm first going to start out by explaining what CPR is. CPR stands for cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Your cardio part of that is your heart, which pumps blood throughout your body. Your pulmonary is your lungs, which pumps oxygenates the blood that then is pumped through your body. All of this is very vital for all of your main organs that run your body to work. In a cardiac arrest event, the heart stops pumping, which in turn stops everything. Resuscitation is when you manually start beating that heart for that individual. I am now going to show you the proper way to perform CPR so that you can at least have a basic knowledge and understanding to do this if you ever need it in an extremely horrible situation. My husband is our mannequin today to show you how to perform CPR. The first step that I want you to do is, if you see someone who looks like they're unconscious, you need to check to see if they are just unconscious and not breathing, or if their heart has stopped. The way that you are going to do this is you are going to go up to the individual and you are going to say, "Johnny, Johnny, are you okay?" There is no response. After there is no response, I want you to get on the ground and look for chest rise and fall and listen for breaths at the same time. If you hear no breaths and you see no chest rise and fall, check for a pulse. In an adult, you're going to check on their neck. In a child, you will check on their arm, in between their shoulder and their elbow. If you feel no pulse, which feels like a drum beating, that means that their heart has stopped pumping. And the next thing you need to do is yell, "Call 911 and get an AED." You then are going to immediately start pumping. When you start doing this chest compression, you're going to put one hand down with one over. You are going to pump with your entire body. You will get tired if you just use your arms. You are going to compress that chest 2 inches, which seems like a lot, but you have to be able to get in and pump that heart manually. After you do 30 of these, you are going to breathe for the person. The way you are going to do this is, if you have no equipment, you are going to pinch their nose and breathe into their mouth. It is going to inflate their lungs with oxygen. You then are going, if you do not inflate their lungs with oxygen, if you do not want to make contact with them, a cheap tool that you can purchase is a pocket mask. This will cover the person's nose and mouth, and you can breathe into this spot, which prevents you from contacting, unless, especially if you do not know the patient. There also is sheets of plastic. After you give 2 breaths, you're going to pump again for 30 times, followed by 2 breaths. You are going to continue to do this until the person gets more help to you. This could be 4 to 10 minutes. If there is bystanders, explain to them what you are doing so that you can switch out so you do not get overly tired. The actions that you are performing is pumping that person's blood, and giving breath is oxygenating that blood so that blood with oxygen can get flowing to their vital organs. If you do this fast, it increases the chance 2 to 3 times, and the likelihood of surviving cardiac arrest is only 9.1%. So just a refresher, if you see someone collapse, the sooner you can start CPR and get that blood and oxygen flowing, the better the outcome will be. I hope that the information I provided you today will at least give you a basic understanding of what to do. However, I greatly encourage you to contact your emergency department, your local paramedics, or even your family doctor and see when you can take an AHA course. With that course, you will get more information on pediatric as well as adult situations. By taking this step, you could save your loved one's life in a very unexpected traumatic event and increase their chance of survival from 9.1% to 18.2 to 27.3%. The things that you know could make a huge difference.